In this video, I'm going to share the 7 things I would have done differently if I could start my business over. Number 1, I would have waited until I made more money with my business than I was making from my employer. This would have given me a great indication that I could be self-sustaining with my business rather than losing that employer income while trying to build a business. Number 2, I would have had at least 1 year worth of expenses saved before I finally left my job. Because starting a business, you run through money really, really quickly with the other equipment and tools and conferences and things that you think that you need. Not having that cash as a buffer can cause a lot of stress when you have to make money. So be more willing to do business that might not be in your specific niche just to make a dollar. So having at least 1 year's of expenses saved, maybe in a high yield saving or maybe in a stock portfolio that you can access in emergencies really would help your journey in starting your own business. Number 3, I would have limited who I listen to and why. We know in this social media age, in this courses age, everybody has their own opinion and their own way and their own system of doing things. I unfortunately was struck by the bug of just listening to too many different people who all had great messages, but I did not finish things that I started. I would listen to one person, fall in love with their message, and then next thing you know, I'm listening to somebody else and their message and their way of doing things or the new tricks and trends. I would have listened to 1 or 2 different people, stuck to their message and followed through on their suggestions all the way through. Which leads me to number 4. After being influenced by so many different creators, I also was invested in their programs, which prevented me from completing them because the new hotness would come in. There are programs that I invested in years ago that I revisit from time to time and get frustrated with myself because they had great answers back then, but I never got to that point in the course because I went and bought something different, and I just keep starting over and over and over. If you're going to invest in a course or a program or an event, follow all of that information, complete all of it, because they said it's like, I think, a less than 30% rate of people completing courses anyway. So if you're guilty, like me, in purchasing things and not finishing all the way out, I suggest that you do that starting now. Do not invest in another program and another coach until you finish what you've already invested in. Number 5, I would have been more responsible with business credit. So I did fall victim into the business credit thing. I had an awesome credit score, was able to get a lot of things, but my mentality was, ooh, now that I have this line of credit, let me invest in things that I technically can't afford in cash so I can get the information. Nowadays, I'm looking at some credit card bills that are not awesome. Great information, but what did I say in that last point? I did not finish it all the way through. So maybe I have not experienced what I could have experienced or the return because I did not complete those particular programs. So if you are going the business credit route, be very, very mindful of the things that you invest in and make sure it will make you money and not just accrue interest. Number 6, I would have had specific services that would help me be able to afford contractors. So a specific task or job that brought me in a certain amount of income to where I could pay for help on a consistent basis. So my contractors could have a more consistent income with work for me, but also I have a stream to pay for it. A lot of times, sometimes we get help or we get assistance and it is depleting our funds because we have nothing to help supplement being able to pay for that extra assistance or those contractors. So make sure you have a specific set of things that will also feed right into the help that you need, or develop a pricing system to where that is always taken care of. There's nothing like being able to hire contractors or get help and then not be able to afford them for future projects. So please keep that in mind. And number 7, I would have attended more local networking events. I am an introvert. I know a lot of people say that, but it is very helpful when you get out, especially in your local community, and you find like-minded individuals or business owners, because this is a pool that you can pull from to be able to offer your services or at least be in that vicinity to be able to be a reference at a future date. So you tell people what you do and they're able to share that with their network as well. But being local is very key. I have a very broad network because I live in 2 different countries. So a lot of times I'll make great connections, but I can't take certain actions because I'm not in that area. So it's very important that you can establish your network worldwide because we have that opportunity now. But locally, in your city, where you are, in your state, need to make connections because that is where you can get into your car or get into an Uber and actually go and fulfill those services in person. Now, we do have a great landscape to be able to do things online, but having a local network is key. Be sure to check out this video where I share some key things about finding a great mentor in 2025.